Hello and welcome to Arts and Life Unwrapped. I am joined by Martha, and is it Josh or Will?
Josh.
Josh, okay. I because
Yeah.
obviously I didn't know there's so many names. Are
Yeah.
you guys a trio now, or are you a duo?
A trio, but we're kind of like doing bits and bobs
Yeah,
because Josh is in Bristol and I'm in Wales, as is
Yeah.
Will. So
We're still trying to kind of figure out how it's all going to work.
yeah,
Being 120 miles away, but it'll be fine. We'll sort
yeah.
it out
No,
somehow.
totally. It'll grow. It'll grow into something more
Yeah.
solid. That's cool. Do you guys speak Welsh?
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Martha's better than I am.
Yeah, that's really cool. I went to a fest. I went to Green Man, doing Green
Oh
Ah,
yeah.
England or
yeah.
something. Yeah, and what the guy, this Welsh guy, I met this old Welsh guy, and he was like, if someone can speak Welsh if they
No.
have an English accent and not a Welsh one. Apparently, a lot of Welsh people that have Welsh accents can't speak Welsh, and I was like, interesting.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is
it's
true.
But
Like,
yeah,
yeah, that's actually strangely accurate to be fair.
I
yeah.
really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
just asking because I obviously saw I've been checking out your stuff, and on your YouTube you've got a song in Welsh, and I wanted to ask particularly Martha how you felt the difference between singing in Welsh and English. Like, do you have to change stuff around
Um,
or what?
I think because I don't do it very often, it is a little bit different. But I kind of like it. You have to like really pronounce the words differently. Like it's because it's quite difficult to pronounce them like the and the I think that's what people struggle with. But I don't know. I quite
Yeah.
like it,
Yeah. I
but
think
it is different to doing it in English.
translation is a bit of a struggle as well, just because you're obviously translating and like phonetically it's not going to be the same. So it can be a bit difficult to kind of fit things in a lot of the
Yeah.
time. I think we had to change quite a few lyrics, I think, didn't we, just to kind of make it work with the melody of the song that we
Oh,
had.
really? Oh, so you wrote it in
Yeah.
English first?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. So
Yeah.
interesting.
So we
Okay.
translate if we have to do Welsh stuff, we'll translate it into like when we first started out, we did quite a few gigs in Welsh and I was like, shit, we need our songs to be in Welsh as well as English. Otherwise like we can't do the gig. So we had to like translate a lot of them. I asked like my Welsh teacher in school like to help me with a lot of the translation to make sure it made like sense.
That's such a cool thing to be able to do,
Yeah.
though. Like, I love it. I
yeah.
love it when people can just flip to a different language. It's so cool, especially if you can also do it in music. That's
Yeah.
really cool. But so I'm not going to try and pronounce this really badly, but what does Pam Fod Raid Et Find mean? Or Pam?
That
That
was
was yeah, that
good.
was
That
good.
was
Yes.
Yeah, no, that was a good effort. Good effort.
so Pambut IT Bend means why do you have to go?
Why do you have to go? Okay, cool. I find it such a hard language to try and learn. Like when I was, as I said, when I was in Green Man, this old Welsh guy was trying to teach me some Welsh, and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. But so yeah,
It is quite difficult.
yeah. I feel like the sounds are just so, I don't know, um original, not original, but so, it's a really old language, you know what I mean? It's not been
Yeah.
adapted or
Yeah.
anything. It's just such a, anyway, enough about Welsh. Let's talk about your music. Can you tell me a bit about what the journey was to Platform One and why you called it Platform One and stuff like that? Like just a bit about you guys and what took you into it.
You can take that one.
Okay, so we started, oh God, a long time ago now. So
Back in the day.
yeah, back in the day. So you would have been
12.
12. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Martha was 12, I was 16. And kind of started just with Martha started writing songs. And I didn't want to be in a band with Martha. I was kind of, my parents politely suggested that it would be a nice thing to do if I started playing some songs with my sister. I was like, oh mom, I don't want to,
Yeah.
being a moody teenager. But yeah, we kind of started playing stuff, and it kind of just got going from there. Really, we played a couple of open mics just in random pubs in the middle of nowhere in Wales, and kind of realised that we quite enjoyed it. And the songs weren't complete crap, so we decided to.
Some of them were.
I mean, a few of them were, yeah, but
That's
they've
great.
improved. They've
Yeah.
improved over time. Yeah, and so kind of just started from there. As to the name, I think
We did that gig in Carmarthen, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was like a competition to like play at the opening of the Christmas lights in Carmarthen. And like we played a song, and then my mum was like, "Oh my god, that was like amazing." And I was like, "Oh god." And they were like, "But what's your name?" And then we were like, "Oh, like we're just brother and sister."
Yeah.
And then we went for an Indian afterwards, because then we got through to play at the Christmas lights. We were like, "Oh my god." And then we were like, "We need a name." And then we kind of just came up with Platform One as like a, sounds really lame now actually, like a new beginning.
Yeah, kind of starting a journey kind of thing. So
that's a great story though. Like, even if you don't like the name so much, the story's great. Do you feel like you work quite well together as brother and sister then? Like, do you ever have creative differences?
No, we're kind of, I think we've always been quite willing to, like, if we do have creative differences, not that we do particularly often, I think we've always tried to fit it in just to make it a bit more interesting, rather than kind of one kind of complying to the other's wishes. Like, how can we do this so that we both get what we want into the song? Because like my background's in heavy metal music really as a guitarist, so yeah,
really?
Kind
That's
of
a big difference.
Yeah.
To melodic folk.
Yeah.
Wow.
So kind of trying to kind of like we could, I think we've always made it work really.
Yeah, I think the only differences we have are like when it comes to recording.
Yeah.
And like we don't clash, it's more just we have different opinions, which is fine.
Yeah. It's
then I just end up winning.
Yeah, normally. I mean, to be fair, most of the differences we have are like over vocal harmonies and stuff, and I'm like, no, you should do this, and then I kind of have to say, yeah, I kind of if you want to do something, you're the one who's singing, so I kind of have to bow to your wishes. To be fair, because if you told me to do something different on guitar, I'd probably say no. I don't want to. So.
Okay, cool. That's a good interaction then. You got a good
yeah.
Which is nice. So is it right to say that Martha writes the lyrics then, and then you put the music to it? Is that kind of how it's split, or?
It used to be, and now like the last couple of years, it's changed quite a lot, hasn't it? Like the dynamics changed. So
I've done a bit more lyrically, and you've done a lot more musically as well. I'd say, kind of like giving more input on guitar parts and stuff quite a lot of the time. So yeah, like I like most of the songs Martha has written the lyrics for, but a couple like more recently, I guess we've kind of collaborated on and taken little bits of lyrics that I've written, and Martha's kind of, I don't really like write songs. I kind of it's just a stream of consciousness kind of thing. So I just give Martha a paragraph and she kind of dismantles it, takes lines that she likes and then fits them in somewhere.
Nice. Okay. Would you say you guys like focus on the same kind of themes when you write music together, or do you have very different kind of things that you focus on generally when you come to write a song?
I'd say they're quite similar.
Yeah, I think more recently, like this more similar. Like you used, like a lot of your songs are quite angsty, but which is fine. Like,
gotta love a bit of teen angst.
Exactly. Whereas I don't know. I guess like some of my songs are a bit more political, I suppose. But yeah, like recently you started writing a bit more politically as well. I guess as you got older and got more involved in it, I suppose. I know, like they moved away from the teen angst kind of thing, I think.
I think they kind of had to.
Yeah. There's only so many sad songs.
Change with your experience, sort of thing.
Definitely.
I'd say so.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you guys now?
I'm 27.
Wow.
I'm 23, although I just realised I had a dream last night that I was 24 and I've missed a year of my life, and I was like,
well, that was basically true. That was 2020.
Yeah.
We're all actually a year younger. Yeah. So it's 11 years you guys have been putting music out there.
Yeah. It's a long time.
Did you do anything to celebrate like the decade?
No.
We kind of just like, oh no, it's 11 years and we're not famous yet. No, it's been
11 years of like developing a brand, and then
exactly.
So now you've moved on to having a trio. How did you come across your third person?
So Will is a guy who I've known from school. We did GCSE music together. I've known him for ages, and we kind of wanted to expand the band a little bit more, just to get it a little bit more rounded, because I think we both felt that a lot of the time just kind of two guitars and a vocal can sound a little bit empty sometimes. So we wanted to kind of round it out. So he's actually a guitarist, but we asked him if he'd play bass for us, and he very, very kindly acquiesced to our request.
Multi-instrumentalist.
Yeah, he is. He recorded the drums on our EP as well. The man can literally do everything.
Whoa.
So
a great guy to have on the team.
Exactly. Yeah, it's fantastic. So yeah, we kind of just like started. He just came over for a couple of rehearsals, didn't
yeah,
we?
We've been playing on and off like for years, but we moved to Bristol. Me and Josh moved to Bristol a few years ago, and then we kind of did a lot of stuff like just us two, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then now that I'm back in Wales, like me and Will are doing a bit more stuff together, so it's kind of nice. But we were talking last night, we're trying to make it work somehow. I think we've accepted that we're going to have to like just do what we can when we can, and like if that means me and Will doing more stuff like when we're back in Wales together, then that's fine. And then I come to Bristol a lot anyway, so me and Josh can do stuff, which is good. We can be flexible.
I guess you just got to be flexible though, don't you? It's that kind of thing. But
yeah.
Have you guys got any plans for any more gigs other than, so obviously Platform One are performing at our Arts Life event at Hall Pass Bar on the 20th of November. Make sure you come along. It's going to be super cool. But other than that, have you guys got any other gigs coming up?
So we're looking to do more in the new year. I'm trying to get some in Bristol, and then we've got a few books like locally around in West Wales. But they're not until like springtime.
Yeah, we looked at we did have kind of gig offers and stuff, but we looked at our schedules before Christmas and just realized it's not really going to be viable. We're working with another band as well to do some work on their album. So like with that and everything else going on, we just realized it's not going to be viable for us we don't really have any weekends free from now until Christmas really. So yeah, hoping to get a good start in the new year, I think.
That sounds cool though, that you've got a collab going on. Who's it
with?
Or are you allowed to say? The confidential?
Yeah.
They're called John Edry and the Enablers.
Oh, wicked.
John, when we first started out, John got us like loads of gigs, and I don't know, it was just really supportive. And then he has his own band and he's been playing for years. So we're just doing a bit of collaboration. We did a few gigs with them back in the summer, like after lockdowns had lifted and stuff. And we did like full band sets, which was really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing like more work with them, which has been really fun actually.
Yeah, like we've never really had the opportunity to play with a full band before. We've never kind of managed to get the full thing together with drums and everything. So yeah, it was really nice to kind of actually be able to. Well, for me especially, like I've always had a sound in my head of what I wanted to sound like, and I've never been able to quite get there, like live at least. Yeah. So yeah, it was nice over the summer to actually kind of be able to hear what I've kind of heard all along playing live, which was really nice. Yeah.
Nice. Sorry, I've got people like shouting out of the. I'm filming from the toilet in a hostel because someone outside, and I'm just like, oh, this is so bad. But thank you so much for doing the interview anyway with me. I'd actually like to talk a bit about your EP.
That's all right.
So much for sadness, and now it's telling me my connection is unstable, which is really annoying because we've got so far. No. Can we talk about your EP, So Much for Sadness? Can you tell me a bit about like what it was like putting that together?
Yeah. You can do that one.
So I guess the process started early 2020, wouldn't it have been? I think maybe March, as kind of lockdown hit. We decided, like, I think we got like 6 weeks off work or something like that, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I think we wanted to make the most of our time. So really tried to kind of start to get stuff recorded. And then as lockdown kind of worsened, it kind of dawned on us that we didn't really want to be in Bristol anymore, because we weren't sure if we were going to have jobs or even be able to work. So we decided to move back to Wales in the summer, and that's when we started actually recording the EP properly. So yeah, I mean, it's taken a long time. It's taken a year to record, but
yeah, it took a long time.
yeah, we kind of just we spoke with Will, kind of discussed what we wanted to do. He agreed, and started practicing the drums because we knew we were going to need a drummer. So yeah, he started practicing drums a lot, and yeah, we kind of just started building the songs. We chose the songs we wanted. There are a couple that we'd written during lockdown that we wanted to include, and a couple of old ones that we had. Kind of went from there. Really, it was a really nice process.
Yeah, it was nice to have the time to do it finally as well. We're always putting it off and haven't got the time, and this has come up and we can't do it because we're working, and we thought, actually there's no excuse anymore, so we may as well crack on. And it still took us over a year to release it.
Yeah. A lot of that was scheduling with like our work and stuff, to be fair, like trying to get all of us together at the same time, and then like lockdown issues as well was problematic. I mean, thankfully we're in the middle of West Wales, so the cases weren't particularly bad, so yeah, it wasn't terrible. But yeah, it was I really enjoyed it. It's my favorite part of the whole music thing is the recording process, to be fair. So yeah, I quite like just sitting there and doing Cam's guitar takes and just layering them on top of each other and seeing what comes out of it. That kind of developmental period is I've always really enjoyed. So yeah, it was good.
That's so nice. How come you guys chose to take is it So Much for Sadness? How come you chose to take that as the title for your EP?
I don't know, it kind of seemed relevant for the time, didn't it?
I think we were just kind of very tired of just being sad and just depressed and we can't do anything. So Much for the Sadness is a song kind of about like kind of leaving your troubles behind and forgetting about all that stuff. So yeah, we kind of just thought it's a positive vibe rather than a negative one. So we thought we'd go with that, I think.
Yeah, I like it as a EP title as well. It kind of
kind
of summarizes the whole EP, and it's like like even though people might be sad and stuff, like what can you do really? Just gotta crack on.
Yeah,
totally. I felt like a sense of irony in the song when I listened to it. It was almost like, especially with what's the choruses, shouldn't we all just have a good night out? That's like the first line, and then it hits with the chorus, and it's like hoping for hope to come around, but it's almost very monotonous, and it's like it's kind of on this upbeat like melody, and then the voice just comes in and is like hoping for hope to come around. And I got like a real sense of like irony there. I was like, this is a lockdown song. This is like sick of feeling like crap. No, I liked it. It was really good. It kind of made me feel a bit like the Smiths, you know how they have like really upbeat music and then like really kind of melancholic like vocals.
I think that's what we were kind of going for, like when we had when Bran was mixing and mastering that with us, like he said we wanted it to be kind of airy and very like echoey and like get the like reverb on it, so it sounds a bit mysterious, and I think we kind of got it. I think that's one of my favorite tracks off the EP actually.
Yeah, me too. It's kind of it's but the like lyrically it's
not.
I don't know. It's half and half. Half and half, as the Welsh would say. But yeah,
I think it's a great song. I really enjoyed listening to it, and the whole EP actually I thought was great. Do you feel like overall there's an irony in the EP? Because I feel like not so much with the other songs, but definitely. And I wondered if that's why you made it your title song as well, like if that was the message.
I don't know about the other songs. I think probably just with So Much for the Sadness. Like the other songs are slightly older, I think. A lot of them are more kind of based on our experience. Well, your experiences mostly. I think most of those.
I think like Leave This House and
Not the One
are like very old, but then like the more modern ones are like So Much for Sadness and Too Soon. So that's more like COVID lockdown. And then
kind of Thoughts was kind of more touching on like mental health and stuff, I think, wasn't it?
Did you write Thoughts sort of close to the time you wrote No Vacancy? Because I felt like the themes in that overlapped a little bit, you know, when it was like in
I think I might have done. Yeah, because
Yes.
I wrote no, wait, let me think.
Because like no
I think-
vacancy, the lines that struck me, it was like I've had my mind walk all over me, losing track, thinking aimlessly, and then in thoughts it's like it might be easier to slip between the stars. The thoughts are creeping up on me. I've been sleeping through all the memories I could have made. You know, there's the same kind of relationship with your like thinking. It's sort of like,
Yeah.
did you write these like close?
Strangely, I think I wrote most of the lyrics for Thoughts, didn't
really?
You wrote quite like,
Yeah. So I think we've kind of
like,
Like
I
a
remember I
weird
had
sibling
a-
telepathy.
yeah, I think so.
Because I wrote No Vacancy when we like first moved to Bristol, so that was like 2017. And I remember like we didn't have jobs and like we needed to move house, and I was like, oh, right, it's like so stressful. I don't deal well with stress.
Yeah.
And then so that was like No Vacancy, not being able to get a job. And then I think Thoughts, I had like a verse and a chorus, and I had like the chord structure that I wanted, and like kind of had the melody I wanted.
Yeah.
Then it kind of like died towards the end, and I was like, I don't know what else to put in here. So yeah, I think you wrote the bridge and some more.
Yeah. Yeah, I think more towards like the end of the song I saw on my lyrics. Yeah, I think we'll probably come to like had the same thought processes but a couple of years apart. And yeah, which is
some
quite
great
strange.
Coordination.
Yeah.
That's why you have no creative differences.
Exactly, yeah.
Probably.
Very minds think alike.
Yeah.
And then obviously also you've got Leave This House, which I'm curious to know what the inspiration about like for that song was. Like, is it a breakup? Is it just getting fed up with someone? Is it talking to yourself? Like, what's going on there?
So actually, Leave This House, like one of the first songs I ever wrote when I was like 12. And I, to this day, I still don't really know what it's about. Like, I don't know. I think I was heavily influenced by Taylor Swift.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know where I was going with it. And then there was an old version, and we rewritten it, like, to try and make it a bit more present.
Yeah.
And it tells a story, really, I guess.
There was like a really weird key change in it before, I think, wasn't there? That didn't...
I don't know what the hell it was doing before, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It sounds good now, though. I'm happy with it now. It wasn't written about anything particular. I think I just took inspiration from story. Like, I really like telling stories. Like, when I first started writing, that was my thing. Like, write a story with a beginning, middle, and end. And I kind of wanted to touch on that, and I just kind of made up some stuff, and then we rewrote it for this EP, didn't we?
Yeah.
I did get Taylor Swift like 2008 vibes from Not the One.
Yeah.
It kind of like transported me back to when I used to like listen to, is it Picture to Burn or something like that? The way you like pause in certain places, I was like, this is so T-Swizzle.
Yeah.
I got that. Not the one to change. You say that I don't even care. I was like, this says so. 2008 Taylor Swift. I definitely got that. Yeah. How does that make you feel as a heavy metal dude?
I'm a shameless Taylor Swift fan. I think she's fantastic. I used to really dislike her, but I think we went to see her on a Speak Now tour, which would have been 2011. And I was kind of dragged along, fully expecting to hate the whole thing, and I was honestly blown away. Like, her band and everything were just insane. The songs were fantastic. So since then, yeah, I've been a massive fan. Yeah,
that's cool. Okay, well, that's good then. It's good that your sound doesn't like disrupt who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Do you have are you working on any other new music? I know you've got your collab and maybe you don't have enough time to do new music, but are you like writing anything or thinking about bringing out any singles or EPs or?
I don't know. I've been kind of like considering it, like starting to think about it. We haven't really discussed actually doing anything properly, but I've kind of been starting to think about what we would record if we did go about it.
We haven't done anything collectively, have we? But I think we're all doing our little bits and bobs. Like, in my spare time, like, I've got a few ideas I kind of want to get down and kind of sit with my guitar for a few hours and just get stuff down, and then maybe come up with something. I find the whole songwriting process really difficult. Like, I don't know, When it happens and it's great, but I find it actually really difficult to write songs sometimes, so it doesn't like just come to me like that. It takes a lot of thinking and time.
Need angst.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's the problem. If you write about your experiences, you actually need experience. You need stuff to be happening to have any source material. And if you're just stuck inside, then it's kind of it's a bit difficult. I would
nothing's
imagine.
Nothing's going on.
Yeah.
Do you write the lyrics first? Sorry, you go. Say what you're going to say.
I was just going to say we need to have a tragedy in our lives or something to get a good song out of it. But
yeah, damn it. Or something really good happen. Could be
that's
a comedy. You can write comedy.
Yeah.
Do you write lyrics first or what? Like, how does it? Do you put music to words or words to music or a bit of both? Or
I think I mainly do lyrics first.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll have a little chord thing going on and I'm like, ooh, that'll fit in well there, but then most of the time I have lyrics in mind, and then I kind of know, like, if it's happy then I need something more upbeat, and if it's sad then I'm like, okay, let's put all the minor chords in this one. Yeah, I think definitely lyrics for me first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really write full songs, as I said before. I just kind of like, my lyric writing is just kind of stream of consciousness. So I kind of, I leave the construction of lyrics to Martha most of the time. So yeah, I just kind of start with like a riff or like a finger picking pattern most of the time, and then put a melody over the top of it, and kind of build it from there, really. Yeah, and that is the same that what I do with Martha. Like normally Martha has just some chords and some lyrics, and I kind of just build it up from there. That's normally been the way it works. But,
yeah,
pretty sweet. I feel like I'm just really conscious of everything that's going on around me. 2 people have tried to get into the toilet since I've been in here. And I don't want to cut your interview short. I'm having such a great time talking to you, but I also feel like, what has happened? Next time we do this, we'll be together in a room.
Yeah.
And there'll be no one trying to break into the toilet or playing loud music. I feel like I sat down to this interview. The hostel's been dead for like 2 days. Sit down to this interview. Everybody turns up. It's a party. I'm just like, what the hell? I'm trying to have a conversation with it. So yeah,
it's fine.
So sorry about that, guys, but thank you so much for coming to chat with me. It's such a pleasure, and I absolutely can't wait to meet you in person and then do another interview where we don't have this stuff going on. But you've been such a delight to talk to, and I can't wait to watch hopefully someone will record the 28th, or just to hear feedback or whatever, and then to work with you guys in the new year. Going to be great.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Daphne, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, and I'll see you later. This is Platform 1, everyone. 28th of November, not October, November. Yeah, thank you so much. Speak to you later.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.